It was not so easy to become an artist because when I came from school and also when I was in school, it was not that elaborated. So things that I used to do, I was just doing like any other people in the class. But it is a talent that is in me, and I just found myself doing whatever we were asked by our teachers perfectly, and they could just talk behind the scene that I will be an artist, and I didn't understand all about it. So if it's modeling, I was good, and I used to use my pencils to sketch things, to draw whatever we asked to draw, and used to be the best. And I never thought that there is anything by the name artist, although I was growing and things had to come and happen, and I found myself in the upper classes. Like when I finished when I was about to finish my primary level, I was like, I could understand now, I could read for myself and know that there is a field that is having people called artists, those who can be creative, designing, and all that.
Working on some
And that time
cards
I was so interested to do some things, so
quite busy
I
here,
liked to
surrounded
do
by these
creative
beautiful
things. Mostly
paintings around
I
me.
felt that I didn't have
And I
time for
would like
practicing
also
it
to remind my viewers
that
about
much
my work.
because
Also, you can see
I didn't
that I'm
have
working
materials for
on,
that,
and I
but whatever
have
was available I
so
could
many
do
paintings,
it.
as usual.
I remember
see
my
my
uncle was a
paintings
designer.
are piled
He
up
was
and
just self-taught. He used to print clothes for
So
sale
please,
just in Nairobi,
I'd
and
like to request you to like my
I could join him to cut the
page,
patterns
like
that
my
we could
YouTube
print on the
page,
clothes.
and also
But I didn't think it is
to keep on
was
seeing all the
so
kinds of
serious
things
and
that I
important,
do
or
in
something
my
that I would
studio.
learn in
You are all
college when I
welcome,
go for the
and
art
like it,
art
and
art studies.
remember to
But
subscribe and
when
also
I
to
joined,
share.
when I finished my
Thank
fourth
you.
form, I was now starting to think that I should be an artist, and when I looked at the field, I could see people who were good artists doing the artwork on buildings, especially the entertainment clubs and all that, and I could admire to do that. So one of my friends directed me to a college, and I went there, and I picked the flyers, and I could now come and talk to my dad and my parents, and they could accept me to go there, and they paid for my school fees. And when I went there, I joined the Creative Arts Center, and I was very, very eager to join the fine art club, fine art class, yes. And my parents were not happy about it because they didn't also know how really I will survive, or how my life would be, or I could get employment, because it was not that easy that get people employed doing art, and it is something very new. It was very new, very, very new, so that when you talk about being an artist, you could sound like a jobless person, and nobody will even know what you are doing actually, unless they find you doing something, and maybe they figure out what you are doing, and they may ask you whether you can draw them and all that kind of questions, and that is how they could measure your ability to be an artist, and it is not about how much you are paid, because nobody bothered about that, and nobody would even ask their children to join that field. So unless you have a talent, the talent was the one which pushed me to that, and I found myself being an artist. And so doing, I finished my college, although when my parents refused about the fine art class, I was taken to a design class, and I did interior design, a diploma, which it's good because it's a tool of my work. I can open the box and in my mind, and then sometimes get something to do more creative than any. Maybe it's an additional advantage to me. And then since then, 1995, after my college, I became a full-time artist, so I could do it full-time. I could do it at home without caring whether I'm going to make money or not. And sincerely speaking, it was not easy, because I didn't know the loopholes and loopholes where I could get this kind of exposure and get employed or get somewhere to take my work for an exhibition. But since I knew about, I used to read about the museums and all exhibitions and all that, I tarmacked and looked for these places, and I finally managed to be one of the artists who could exhibit and do some work around and take for exhibitions, and I get something for a day or two or a month or something like that. If I sell one painting at a good price, I could survive. But lucky enough, within the National Museums of Kenya, I joined an NGO that was supporting artists, and it was called Corner Trust. There I could now do several workshops and several exhibitions. Through workshops, I could get good ideas and good things that would help me to pursue these and go far in my field. And a successful artist must make something for himself to eat. You have to make some money. If you don't make money, you won't enjoy your art. Otherwise, you will just remain a legend. People will love your work, and they will talk about you being a very great artist, but you are dying. You don't have anything. So the truth of the matter is that a good artist, a successful artist, a smiling artist is the one who is making something. Don't tell me that I am successful and I have nothing. That wouldn't work in me. So I was a very hardworking artist, and I could try my level best to make a way. And that's how I became an artist, and now I don't have any other thing to do apart from that. So I can't cheat myself at this time and say I'm not doing art. I'm doing it. And thank you for listening to this and reading my articles. This is what happened to me, and I'm very happy that I'm now going on with my life. Thank you.